At this point in the show, I'd like to bring out our guest songwriter this evening, vocalist extraordinaire, Ms. Marci McKim. Marci, nice to see you tonight.
Nice to see you, Unc. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be here with all the guys and gonna make some nice music.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. You know, while I'm at it, why don't we introduce the guys in the band?
All right, let's do that.
On the drums, we got clobbering Bobby McGee. All right,
Yeah.
all right. On bass guitar, fretless bass guitar, and upright bass, we have rockin' Kurt Colin.
Yeah.
All right. On the harp, we got the man, Larry the Lipschultz.
All right.
Yo! Got Marci playing the acoustic 12-string guitar. And you know what, Marci, since we're talking about guitar tunings, tell us what's different about a 12-string guitar.
Well, a 12-string guitar, first of all, has 12 strings. It's tuned very much similarly to the first guitar you were playing, which is the standard tuning.
Mm-hmm.
Except that on a 12-string, where you have the E, the A, the D, the G, the B, and the other E, you have 2 strings for each note. And for the deep E, they're tuned an octave apart. And for the A, they're tuned an octave apart. And the G, they're tuned an octave apart. And then for the B and the high E, they're just tuned the same way, but both strings are tuned to the same note. So it's a matter of harmonics. The 12 string has more harmonics. It gives a different sound. It's got more sound to it.
Sounds like a bigger, richer, fuller sound.
Yeah, it does. It sounds almost
like two guitars
two
playing
guitars
at
playing.
once.
Right, but you don't need 4 hands. And there's a terrific advantage to that since most of us just come with 2 with standard equipment.
Wow, that's interesting. Well, you know what, Marci? I'm going to set down this open E tuning guitar and pick up one of my other guitars, and we'll do some of your songs this evening.
Sounds good to me.
Now, this first song, Marci, is called Fantasy Man. You want to tell us a little bit about that song, where you got the idea, how that came about?
Well, this is a song about the guy who breaks a woman's heart repeatedly. Not different women, but the same woman. And
oh, my goodness.
well, many of us have had this situation where you fall in love with somebody, and after you spend some time with them, you realize this person, for whatever reason, isn't going to make you happy, but you're still in love with them, and they keep calling, and you say, okay, come on back, and then they come back, and then you say, why did I let you back into my life? I really don't want you in my life, but anyway.
Things aren't always what they seem.
Things aren't always what they seem, and there have been a lot of songs about this guy, and in most cases the song ends with the woman throwing up her hands in frustration and saying, I cannot resist this person. He's always going to break my heart, and I'm always going to let him.
Oh, that always happens with me. That's why I'm known as the New Jersey homewrecker and heartbreaker. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, I decided that the whole point of the song is that it's not going to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not because the person is a bad person. It's just because the person doing the loving isn't loving the real person. They're loving their image of the real person.
The image of that person.
The image that's in their own head. And that's why this is called Fantasy Man, because the man is a fantasy.
Well, how about if we try doing Fantasy Man and seeing how it comes out?
Let's do it.
Shall I give us a little intro?
Go right ahead.
Okay, guys, it's like this.
Away
I like that.
That is
I
a
like
fun
that.